So I guess we better talk about it. I'm gonna be straight up, I have no idea what I'm gonna say. This is the first video that I've recorded since AVI announced that he's leaving Pentatonics. It hurts for me to even say that out loud. But yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck is going on? Jesus! Fucking Jesus! Okay, let's be serious for a second. I don't even feel like I really need to say anything because you guys pretty much said what I think in the comment section on my last video. Actually, no, I just posted some videos on my AVI video. And for the most part, I agree with pretty much every single one of you guys. I can understand why he's decided to separate himself, go his own route, his own journey. I mean, when you think about it, 6 years on the road, putting out music every year, live shows, etc. I can't even fathom how much hard work goes into doing that, how much time that actually takes up of your life. And saying that it is their passion, but even then there comes a breaking point where it's just like, bro, I just need a time out to myself. Let me do my thing. And also from an artist standpoint, I can understand why he wants to do his own music, have control over his creative ideas. I mean, yes, he has an input, but he doesn't have 100% full control over what he puts out. And now saying that is probably not the main thing that's making him want to leave Pentatonics. But I feel like there comes a point where every member of whatever group, you just want to do what you want to do. You only have to look at previous groups. Eventually they break up. Now, in saying that, I didn't think Pentatonics would break up, because technically they didn't break up, it's just AVI standing down, taking himself out of the equation. I always thought that if there was going to be no more Pentatonics, saying that there's still going to be Pentatonics, it's just 4 members of Pentatonics. My words all over the freaking place. I always thought that if one of them were to go their own separate way, that they would all go their separate ways, do their own solo thing. And to be honest, after hearing the news, I kind of wanted that to happen. I wanted them to stop Pentatonics altogether, because if I can't have all of them, I don't want any of them. That didn't come out right. It's just hard to accept, a group that you've been following for X amount of years, X amount of months, whatever, growing to love each and every person within the group for their own reasons and because of the music they put out together. It's hard to picture one of them not in the group. I'd feel the same regardless of which member were to leave the group. And just because of what they do, a cappella, I've already hinted that they're obviously continuing on, but in order for them to continue on, they can't do it without a bass, which means they have to bring in someone else to do that bass. I don't know how accepting I'm going to be of having someone just come in and take over. I mean, it can be exciting, because it'd be somewhat of a new sound. But to be honest, I don't want a new sound. I want to be straight up selfish. I don't want a new sound. I want AVI back in the group, and I want to stick to the original sound. Growth is important. You can never stop growing, but to be honest, Pentatonics are at their fucking peak right now. They're in their prime right now, and it just pisses me off that I'm not pissed off with AVI. It's just the whole idea that they're at the top right now, and one of them leaves. I don't see anywhere else but them going down from there. That sounds very bad for me to say, because it's like I don't believe in their talents. That's not it. It's just that someone else has to fill AVI's shoes. I can't see someone else filling those shoes and taking them to a higher level. I don't see it. I can see them, those 4, taking themselves to a higher level, but I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. I'd be lying if I said that, I feel good about this, which is why I'm being straight up. I'm not going to bullshit. Bullshitting gets you nowhere, but I am concerned. A lot of you guys are fairly confident, and who am I to say that the only way is down? That's actually kind of fucked up. I don't even know what I was going to say prior to recording this. Now I've had 3 days to think about this. 3 days of misery. 3 days of just fucking complete sadness. 3 days of sobbing my eyes, Jay. 3 days of a few beers, who cares? Man, I've been a bloody mess, Jay. But let's take this back to AVI's perspective. 6 years of hard work, barely getting to see your family. I mean, that must be very hard. 6 years. Even just being away from the comforts of home. 6 years. Not to mention the amount of stress and strain that has on your body, both mentally and physically. And when I really think about it, another reason why I don't really blame AVI for wanting to take a break, well, technically it's not a break. This is for good. See, I can't ever see them being reunited again. Like, maybe for like a one-off performance, but for Avi to join the group again, that would never happen, because if they're bringing someone else, and they can't just kick out that person. Oh yeah, Avi, Jay. What's up, Jay? Jesus! Come back here, butters. Come back here, we missed you, bro. My sarcasm was all over the place right now. But there's no way he would ever be in the group again, and that actually really saddens me. Because now that I'm really thinking about it, I've only got X amount of months to see them live in concert if I want to see them all together again. And the chances of that happening is slim to none. There goes another one of my selfish reasons, but that really cuts me out. I'm never going to see all 5 members together in concert. Fuck, this really is sad. This really is sad. But back to Avi's perspective, I feel like family is pretty much the only reason he needs to leave Pentatonix. Only because, from my experience, time is everything. Time don't stop for no one. Okay, this is coming from a dark place. Just think of Avi having all these thoughts, wanting to leave, wanting out, wanting to be with his family. Imagine if he decided to stay in Pentatonix. One of his parents passed away. I know that's very dark, but that's real life. He'd fucking hate himself. That would be absolutely devastating. Okay, I don't really know where I was going with that. But do you see what I mean? I'm trying to make a point here, but do you see what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to make exactly. There's more to life than your career, your passion, all that shit. Family. Don't mean shit if you ain't got your family, your loved ones. Now, I'm not saying his parents are dying anytime soon. Man, what is this video? What the hell am I trying to say? I'm just saying, I'd hate for him to regret that later on. What if something were to happen and he was in another country performing for all you pentaholics out there? Again, this is just kind of a random scenario, but you gotta go with your gut. You gotta go with what you feel. You can't just follow the path of pleasing everyone. Doing what people want you to do. You gotta do what's right for you, which I'm sure you guys all agree with. And I'm sure you guys have all said before. I noticed when you guys mentioned that, I can't remember the exact wording, but you said something along the lines of Avi just needing to be able to deal with it. The rest of the group feel exactly what he feels, missing home, the strain it has on them both mentally and physically, all of that. But I think that's kind of unfair to compare, because everyone's different. Also, being that he's still making music, he's obviously not going to be making music at the pace that Pentatonix as a whole are making music. Putting out an album every year, or a project every year, that is pretty full on. Only because there aren't many artists today that do that. One of the few artists that I can recall that does that, and it's probably the only one I can think of right now, is Drake. He's the only person that's been putting out project after project every year. No one else is doing that. Not to my knowledge. And the only reason why Drake is doing that is because he doesn't want to lose his buzz. Now, if he took a year off, bruh, see you later. Buzz will die out, Jay. He probably won't. He'll make a good comeback, but he's in the same boat as Pentatonix when you really think about it. And you kind of notice that too within the quality of music. I don't know if I should be talking about that. Man, my mind's all over the place, so if this video makes no sense, it is what it is. It's going to be a shit ton of cuts throughout all of this. And I know there was more that I wanted to say. I probably should have made notes just so I could talk about what I needed to talk about. But in conclusion, I will always support Avi throughout his solo career, the rest of his journey, his music videos. Always. As I would with the rest of the group. I may not always react to every single one of their videos, but I'll always be listening. Especially Kirsten. I'm not making this about Kirsten. It's the one thing I'm going to miss is obviously the music. Because the music by Pentatonix would never be the same. I'm never going to be able to see them in concert. Not with all 5 original members. That's never going to happen. So I am extremely pissed about that. But I am grateful to be getting new music from the members individually. Like Kirsten's projects will be coming out soon. Avi's EP's coming out soon. I think Scott and Mitch got something coming out soon. Or in the works. I know we've heard a snippet of it. I'm not sure about Kevin, but I can only assume that he's going to be working on something, because if everyone else is working on something, why wouldn't he work on something? But in saying all that, I am kind of looking forward to seeing what happens from here. The one thing I'm not excited about is seeing someone take Avi's spot. That's the one thing that's really getting to me. Like just seeing the 4, not seeing Avi and seeing someone else. That person will have to be pretty fucking amazing for me to fully accept them as a new group. It's going to take some adjustment. But yeah, overall, 3 days later, she'll be right. She'll be right. That's Ozzy's saying for everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm in my own world right now. Even now, I don't even know what I'm staring at. But just imagine that I'm seeing an image of Avi floating in the distance. As there's another image floating in the background behind me of everyone saying farewell. farewell to Jesus. If you managed to make it through this entire video, I don't know what you're thinking, but you're probably as crazy as I am.